Friends, please on because that would be great. That's my biggest concern. Oh, okay. I see people. Hi, hey, hey, hey,
Hi, hi,
hey.
hi.
I was just making sure. I'm like, okay, everybody, let's know hi. Cheers.
Cheers, cheers. Cheers for breaking the internet yesterday.
Yeah, we broke the internet.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, 7 p.m. is the
The
time
hot
to
spot.
do live.
Yeah, I guess so.
I guess it's all day, really, though, right? Because everybody's at home and doing things.
Absolutely. But I felt like there were so many like bigger big personalities on Instagram or like big personalities on TV were on Instagram Live at the same time. I think like when I looked when we were sort of like joining on, it almost looked like there were 17 IG lives at the same time. So I was like, oh my God, this is insane.
We do what we can. We do what we can.
Yes.
So we're back again.
Yes,
so
we are.
Yeah, okay, good. We're on. Okay, good. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining. We're going to be talking to Michael Butterfield, one of my good friends.
Hi, everyone.
Amazing and stylish and has done a bunch of really awesome custom pieces. So this was a really, we talked last week. We kind of give an intro, but now we're talking a little bit more focused about your first piece. We're going to start off on the first piece that you custom ordered for me.
Yes. Well, I mean, it obviously all started with, our friendship starting at Bendel's and, us building that relationship and like really getting to know like each other's like taste level, aesthetic and all of that. And, we were able to, just collaborate. And there was just one day that I came to your studio and I was like, I really want to make something custom. I have a concert that I'm going to. It was FKA Twigs and she's a huge like creative artist. So obviously I wanted to, present something different and new and, sort of show out at the concert.
Yeah,
so
you were a part of the concert, right? Like being there, you showed up in full attire,
Yes.
and that you paid homage to her, like really.
I did, and I was lucky enough that at the end of her show, she did like a meet and greet, and she actually she saw me. She was like, "Oh my God, I love your body armor. It's so cool. It's so different." And I was like, "Oh, thank you so much." So it was just really great to hear. And, especially since I made it for her concert specifically, but I've worn it so many other times that I get so many compliments on it. And I remember when I was working at your holiday shop, I wore it quite a few times and people were like, is she making that? Is that available? Like, can I? And I was like, oh no, it's custom. It's just for me.
Yeah. Well, show people. So what we did.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you had gotten like sterling silver rings from me before and more more traditional jewelry, but then you saw some of the other things I was doing, and this material really lended itself to doing something really, yes.
Yeah, it's absolutely lightweight, and it's just like everything's very flexible but durable. So it's such a comforting thing to make because it's almost like a body armor harness. So the fact that it looks like it could be very like heavy and very, like a lot of weight towards it because it's all metal that. You assume that it's like a weight on my body, but in fact, I don't even feel like I'm wearing it right now.
Yeah, it's like light line drawings. It's a steel cable. So part of the design, like you came to me and said, I want to do something larger, and you came with the idea of doing like armor, but then also thinking of like an exoskeleton a little bit. So we were talking earlier about how you were thinking about the spinal cord.
I'll definitely let me turn. I'll show the back.
And you were talking earlier, I like the idea that you were thinking you made this like really connection with chakras in the front.
Yes. So, when our Instagram live got a little messed up yesterday, before that I was looking in the mirror, I was putting it on and I'm like, it literally feels like all my chakras are on my body. So it was almost like this additional meaning towards it. So it was really great that I just like figured that out.
Turn on the side. Yes, we will. Okay, because so I was thinking I did 3 circles in the front and more of an Art Deco, a Kabbalistic, an Art Deco harness like that it's structural but also beautiful. How I thought of creating these little like epaulets here for you, and then doing the double spinal cord down the Grecian warrior, totally double spinal cord down the back, and so you have 3 rows of circles, which is really nice. 3 is a really nice number, I think, for in jewelry. It's circle of life. It's really ancient. I really like that. this has kind of like a really modern feel, but it does have some of those design elements harkening back to Grecian times, ancient times.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And what I love about it, it's just so versatile. So I started like playing with it a couple times and just like being able to like move it like this, have like this sort of drapery, and sort of like mixing it around. It almost looks like a web in a sense. You can like
this, like, you like blew my mind when you wore it this way. You showed me last night. I hadn't seen, I know you had worn it different ways because I've seen you.
Yeah.
I put the clips here so you have like a little way to wear it, make it more like a vest, or you can take it off and flip it around. And this was one of the ways I hadn't seen you do.
Yeah.
Love
And I can even add the hook and have it move around. Like it almost gives like this like cool like
really
spider
nice
web, almost like nerves. Yeah. So like, and it's just great because it's almost like you can wear it in any sort of way. You can almost like do like a circle on your body and it still works perfectly. So that's why this.
I know we had talked about how I was thinking when you came to me, I definitely thought of wearing it both ways, right?
Right.
Having a front that you could wear both ways. But then the way you flipped it, I think it really, really took it in another direction. I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just fun to be able to play with jewelry. I mean, I feel like people take jewelry so seriously, and it's like, no, it's supposed to be a fun thing. You're supposed to sort of reimagine it, reinvent it, and change it every time you wear it. So it's that's what I love about this piece is that you can wear it in so many different ways, and it's a different look every time.
You put your arm through different ways.
I did.
It does start hanging out in different locations on your body.
Yeah.
Depends on your shirt too, and like the sleeve length and what's going on. But this is cool. This is you though, but you are really good at this. You're one of the people that knows to wear things different ways. Like when you were showing us last week with your rings, how you wore the midi ring with the circle with the other ring on top of, like, stacked together, interlocking like a puzzle. Not everyone does that, and this is one of the another examples that I really love of how you take it and make it your own. Yeah. It's really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if you especially now you have all this time, you're at home and you have to be as creative as possible right now. So I mean, as I said last time, like go into your closet, go into your jewelry box and just start playing around, mix matching your jewelry, putting different earrings in your, and it doesn't make exactly like finding different things in your closet.
Oh, can you tell? I mean, I got the lipstick out for you guys. Really, I did everything. I got Zuri Goethe, some stuff from Scotland. This is my leather piece I did millions of years ago. That's that crocheted leather that I would set like flower petals to create some new shape. A different take, right?
It's so fun to have like the crochet aspect. Again, that's something that looks like it would be very heavy. Like from here, to me, it looks like metal. But it's just like a comfortable leather.
It could be like a powder-coated metal, but it's also this light line of, you know what we need to do? We're going to definitely show everybody a bunch of ways, because I forgot we have those other pieces that we kind of have matching to show everybody.
Yes.
But I loved how you did that with this, which I was thinking of multiple ways, but this I did with crocheted leather. It's really thin and light. It feels like a feather. It is so light, but because the open weave was getting these kind of curly, gross shapes, I blocked it. Basically, I set it with water, crushed it under weights, and like set it like, you know how would you ever do flower petals or pressed flowers? This is some weird California 1990 hippie.
You take the petals and you put like the water over it or something, and you put like a paper over it. Yeah, we did that in art class. My school was very progressive.
That's great. Well, because that's like
they were very much about art. Yeah,
like crafty, but like very natural, using natural dyes and natural elements. But we would do this, and this is how I knew to. This is one of the things I adapted from childhood to work with leather, and it maintains the color of the leather. So I get specialty leather in Florida, and it's no chemical. It's like certified no chemical, no weird stuff from China.
Darling.
I was thinking about
California grade A.
Yeah. No, because I did really kind of kitsch, but I did this whole line that was really, really more elegant. And I did metallic colors. I just happened to have it. But I did these metallic. I really was pulling out stuff for you just because I was like, if I just put more jewelry there, I'll have plenty to talk about.
Absolutely. But this is how we play. I mean, like, we'll go to the studio and she'll find like, oh, here's a box of things that are like a box of materials. And that's how we just start making things. And it's so exciting. So I love that you're like, oh, I brought this and I brought this. And it's things that I've never seen before. And we've been friends for, what, like 7 years now? 8?
Yeah, I would say 7.
Yeah.
At least. It's going to be 8 soon. Yes. So this is like one of the metallic I did, which was, this is like a copper metallic sheen. Then I crocheted this, but then I crocheted ball chain onto it. Then I set black tourmaline, little chunky quartz, and then little bits there just to give it a little, with bolo cord. So I love bolo ties.
Oh,
so
yeah.
Referencing that quite a bit in some of these design elements.
So where does that hit on, like, it hits like as like where like a bolo tie length would be, like directly under a collar?
No, I had a bolo tie one, but I sold them all. So I kind of get what's left over, or the ones I hide that are too weird or not commercial. Does that make sense? So this one kind of sits in a weird location. That's why it needs to be longer for people or shorter. But for me, because I'm not super busty, I'm like, I'll take it.
I love it though. I love where it sits, because that would look nice with everything.
It's a hard length for some people, but if you're
absolutely,
it's good. It depends on your proportions, right?
Yeah. So I mean, everything works for somebody. Something works for somebody, right? Because everyone has a different body type. You know, things work better. I would love to wear little teeny tiny glasses. I can't do it. My head's too big. But we make do.
You are definitely amazing at any glasses wearing you're doing. I'm going to put that out there. So you choose very wisely for yourself. So
Thank you. Trust me, because when I was at Bendel's, all I wanted to do was get all of the weird glasses, and none of them worked on me because it just did not work with my face. Yeah,
you
or
have
I'd be like,
some really good ones. I feel like that are interesting. You have
but they're like they're massive. They have to be.
I think you should tell people your first or like your first luxury item piece that you ever bought.
Oh my God. Okay. You're going to like roll your eyes and think I'm like, oh my God. So this love affair with fashion literally started when I was like 7. So for my first communion, I also saved up like my money from like my allowance and some things from like my first communion. And I bought myself a pair of Versace sunglasses that I still have. They're little
I know.
But I like saved up. I eyed them for months. I eyed them for months, and I was like, okay, I'm ready. And I took like a little, like less than 1% of like things that I got from like gifts from my communion, and I was able to buy that. So that was like such a really exciting thing for me. So that's what it all started.
I know that story. That's why I made you say it. But I feel like that's so, and I feel like I love that you still have those, that you still have that piece too, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that will never leave me.
Everyone has that piece that you saved up for, and you knew this is like coming of age thing as a designer or as a fashion person. You have that moment when you were like, I'm going to get that special. I have this. I
also take a
so many people, all of my friends, we have that thing where like, I got that special. I saved up. It was like, $100, $400, whatever, something crazy price. I got it on sale. Usually it's what, or I hunted. But you have that piece that was so special, and like, you decided that was yours.
I was like, that's what I want. And it's something that like, I also believe in, especially like your first piece, like, yeah, definitely have fun with it, and definitely, have it be a piece that stands out. But also like for your first like luxury investment or like an investment period, it should be something that can last you a long time. That you will wear for years. There's definitely pieces that, especially with jewelry, I feel like you can be more fun with your investment jewelry. Exactly.
Like this, okay, although this actually is investment, this is one of Carl, this is Zuri Goethe. Have we talked about him? It's like on my
I think the last time we spoke, we did.
My hand got kind of fat. It got hot. Okay.
It got a little hot.
It's also silicone pushed through silk.
Oh, wow.
So because I scored a necklace from him at his closet for like $5. So this is the actual one from Museum of Art and Design.
Oh, wow.
He's one of the people that creates fabrics for couture designers like Lagerfeld, Chanel, just tons of people. I'm blanking right now. But this is like not investment, but it's still fun. It's not diamonds.
Right.
Diamonds price either. So it's design price. Oh, I love this. Yeah.
But it's so different. It's so interesting. It's not like, you know, something that we see on the regular. But I feel like especially with jewelry, you can have more fun with it and definitely like invest in high. But like I feel like that's where people have the most fun. You can have like a diamond watermelon necklace and it's considered like an investment.
No, but you think about that because it's not just about the price, though. It's about also the style of it, the time it came out, what it means culturally. Yeah. You also, I feel like, collect that way in some ways. You collect really, you know, the pieces that are going to be like the Margiela Tabi boots, or you get this, you have that Longchamp. You have the most, Longchamp is like, okay.
Yeah.
Not as it used to be really design crazy, but it got more commercial. But you get those pieces, you find those little pieces that are like the interesting collabs or interesting
a cool print or something. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like that's important.
We're gonna have a handbag. I already planned some like themes for us, but I know we have a handbag moment.
Yes.
Because you got me my first like fancy handbag.
Yes. So it was actually for this. So it was like kind of a trade-off. So I bought this. I got this from you. You made this for me, and I was like, okay, let me get her something that like will be something that she'll use every day. So I was like, she loves these. I was like, she'll probably love these bags. She's definitely heard of them. So I was like, let me get her first one.
You told me about them. You got me. I became addicted. Because you're a handbag person. You're very knowledgeable. You know how to wear them. You're like Eva Chen with like the handbag on the handbag. You're wearing multiple. I'm obsessed with her, by the way. She's like, you wear 2 handbags and then also 2 coats on top of coats.
Absolutely.
I'm here for you.
That's a lot. It's a
lot. I have the vest that goes. I have a down vest that goes over my full sleeping coat thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Why not? I mean, it's a look and it keeps you warm.
I'm functional.
It's functional.
I guess the 2 handbags, that's functional too.
Yeah. One is smaller than the other, and you know, you put your laptop in one, and you put like your lipstick in another. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, she's like Chanel, just like food, makeup. I don't know what's in there, but I'm sure.
We're gonna make it work.
Got you. Yeah. Oh yeah. I definitely have. So you got me my first Bao, right?
Yes.
Which I'm like, so I've been collecting them in here for you. I'm like collecting my stories because I have a bunch of other little handbags. And I want to show you guys my like little special handbag purses that you have been modeling and kind of like you testing a little bit.
Obsessed with them. I'm obsessed. I think they're so fun and so different, and like it's still it's like we're talking about. There's a functionality to them, but they're still fun and they stand out, and that's what I really appreciate about fashion. Oh, and your work and all of that.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
Of course.
Okay. Well, okay. We were talking. We'll keep going.
We'll keep going.
Talking more about this. This was like one of the first. This is the first custom. But we were talking about the Spin Miss series. We have more pieces to show, but I also wanted to show people a little bit because we also talked about me making a piece for you on the fly potentially with you. So kind of how we work. Last time multiple times when I make you pieces, we'll just sit and chat and talk about ideas and be like, okay, what about this? And then kind of drape on the body in a way, but with materials, right? And so this is kind of like the really simple tools I use to make your piece.
Amazing.
With this, it comes in like just large steel cables. I get it specially done from airplane manufacturers, but because they don't make this for hardware stores, it's like not fine enough grade. And you don't get it coated so it doesn't scratch you or hurt your body, right? But I really love this. So I actually have the stuff here. So this would be a great, more interactive thing we're talking about.
Yeah.
Then all the little fixtures and new ones in full black powder coat.
So cool.
We have some ideas. We're like, these are some of the ideas. Everybody can like chime in.
Yeah, this is literally how we work. She'll just show like a bunch of different items and just be like, oh, I have this closure, I have this like add-on, I have this stopper, I have this, I have that. You're like, let's put it together. I found
all this new box. It's at the studio. I only get to go to the studio like once a week, maybe, to check to make sure the fire, all the tanks, the acetylene torches and stuff need to be checked also.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Just for safety. I've decided
No.
You know,
that's kind of vital.
I don't want anything to happen. I'm trying to be safe. Everything is safe. We're just trying to be really socially distanced but responsible. So I found this thing of pearls. So I think this will be part of our next This should be part of our next. This is the specialty pearls I had drilled to work with that larger cable. And I think we kind of were talking about all these colors. I have like greens.
Beautiful. I love that green. That green is stunning.
Like a sage, dark sage green.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. So these are going to be some of the things we were talking about. I mean, they're just like these fun little additions that I've been collecting because I have to get them specially done with these larger holes. So it's like, I know straight hair. I know I actually blew my hair out, you guys. But look at it.
It looks fantastic. It's so long.
Yeah, it's no haircuts.
I know.
I'm supposed to have a haircut by now. Larry's
just been shaving my head this entire time.
Oh,
so,
that's so sweet. So helpful. You have someone to take care of you. That's so nice. That's so sweet, but good.
Yeah, because I would look absolutely nuts for TV right now.
You look amazing. Always, though. You look
likewise.
No one's looking too cray-cray.
No, not. Oh.
That's what I was going to talk about because you have a piece similar to this.
Speaking of.
Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
So this is two pieces actually that I did that are these like interlocking. Oh, I love.
So cool.
But these
I love it with the pearls. I love that. I
think we should do something with the pearls that's going to be. I've been collecting them like, this is going to be our participatory thing we do for people.
Absolutely.
I like it. Okay.
I love it. Okay, yeah, no, we have to like talk offline about like some ideas.
You have
maybe
some
ideas,
like
some of you guys can vote for it.
Them for you.
Oh, so cool.
This and then
Did you stitch yourself?
You wear yours multiple ways. I know.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So sometimes I'll wear it like this, just like if I just want to throw it on really quick and call it a day. I'll sometimes do like almost like sort of like Miss USA like side, almost like a warrior too.
Yes. Oh yes. Oh, I like the Amazon warrior.
Yeah.
We have a lot of like strong motifs here.
Absolutely. Okay. It's just so funny how like it kind of just has kind of been like a trend with all of the work that we've used. Is a lot of like warrior style, like from different like countries or different civilizations, and that's like kind of the inspiration. I'll sometimes do it like this too.
Yes. I love this. This is creating such a nice neckline. You really wear this well. It feels really powerful, even though it's really simple.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. It's just like, it still makes a statement, and it's just it's just like a strand of a bunch of different strands of that material. Yeah. And you're just able to play around with it.
Yeah, and you know what's cool is it's exactly the same pattern as this. It's just more strands. Mm-hmm. And it's a Mobius strip. It's like the Cartier Trinity ring, those 3 metals.
Yeah.
The golds. It's based on that pattern.
Oh, okay.
Totally. So it's all interlocking that way. So you can kind of play with it like a puzzle. And that's what I like to do too. So I've been doing with this one, you totally inspired me. So I was doing this and then bringing it up here.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So I get one this way and then this girl over here. Mm-hmm. So you kind of get the full, you get a harness.
I love that with sort of like the harness style. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a cool detail in the back. I love seeing like the pearls like come on the side. I think that's so chic.
The pearls on the side, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like that sort of like detailing here, and it's just like adds on to the look. That on top of like a really nice like black Holland dress, I think that'd be so pretty.
I would love to see more. I might add more. I did this one that was just tons of pearls, and I had them floating throughout. Not so tight, and I set them in different places and kind of like moons, I called it like Saturn's rings, and the pearls acted like all the little moons floating in those rings. And so I think I want to add more. I think go a little crazier because yours I think is a bigger scale. You can do a little bit more with it. Yeah. I really like that on you. You
like that side. Yeah, I just flipped it around.
Side too. And
I literally just flipped it around. It's just a whole other look.
Yeah, okay. You definitely inspired me because I had done those big pieces, remember, that were like full body.
Those were nuts. With this, it was like a bunch of squares and like a bunch of different.
And deco inspired too, like based off of your exoskeleton piece was kind of the launch for that because I figured out all the rigging so that we could create. It wasn't stiff. It was also each little part moved independently. So if you had to move it here, it'll move with you. It'll not be all
moving around and
flipped out.
It almost looks lopsided. It just moved perfectly. It moves perfectly with the body.
Oh. And it's comfortable. Great.
Yes, very comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that was my little I like that piece so much.
I do too. And it's just such a versatile piece. And it's just so easy to wear, and you can just throw it on and just it just looks chic with everything, and it's just a cool add-on. And it actually makes the outfit.
Please show everybody your outfit, because I got a preview before, and you have the most amazing pants on.
Oh my god, they're so
they are so cool. No,
so
you got me into this whole brand. Yes.
Yeah. So it's a brand called Random Identities. It's the he's like the former creative director of Yves Saint Laurent before Hedi Slimane came. And he decided to do like this like sort of like gender neutral collection. And it's actually not. I mean, it is luxury, but it's not like astronomical prices where you're spending $1,000 on pants.
Where Proenza's going, right? It's like
it's almost like their diffusion line. It's almost like those prices, maybe less.
Yeah.
And they had
maybe less. No, but Proenza has their new. I don't know if it's called white label or.
Yeah.
You've seen that new
WL
direct to consumer e-commerce brand. It's luxury, like mid luxury. This new Mansur Gabriel.
Yeah, it's kind of in that realm. I would consider it contemporary, but so he does like a lot of like gender neutral sort of pieces, and like including the shoes, everything is for everybody. He did like an amazing fashion show during PT Uomo. Oh yeah. And it was such a cool show, and the music was amazing. He actually took like two of Whitney's songs. I think it was It's All Right, But It's Okay. It's Not Right, But It's Okay. And then I think I Want to Dance with Somebody, but he did it like a cappella, and they were like different sort of voices. So he like deepened one song and he like heightened the voice on another song, and they were kind of mixed in together. And it was like such a cool mixture of like this sort of like Berlin style, like minimalism. And like, then you just see everybody like stomping down a foggy runway. It was so well done.
Very Berlin style. I feel like Kraftwerk should be like their next DJ a little bit.
That would be cool.
Maybe too kitsch for them, but there's something very there. Like they're really interesting. They have wearable things. You got really cool shoes because of the gender neutral. You got like kind of heeled. Yeah.
So he offered he has like these like heels. They're about like 3 inches. Yeah. But the beauty of like all of his longer oversized pants. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Is that they have like this sort of back cutout so that you're able to wear shoes and they don't go under the shoe.
I love big, wide leg pants, and I'm always tripping on myself.
That's my problem. I've never really had wide leg pants for this exact reason. Usually I have like a balloon pant, but it like tapers like at the end.
Yeah. Totally.
Because I can't. I would literally fall, and I'm very tall, so I'll fall very hard.
And we walk a lot. Like we walk our mode of transportation. So you have to be. That's why like you have like that good chunky. They did a good chunky block heel on their boots, and that is necessary to like survive life
in the city.
Cut out. Everybody take note. Like it's brilliant.
Yeah. So if you guys have any issues with your wide leg pants, maybe like makeshift like a little cutout in the back so that it's easier for you to walk in. But it's been like the best thing. I love it. Yeah. But
next. You have a bunch of good stuff I forgot. Okay.
A lot of good stuff, honey. So I remember one time we went to brunch, and we went to brunch in Brooklyn. And you were like, "Hey, I have something for you." What?
Yeah, you traveled. You traveled under the water for me. I appreciate.
Yeah, but I mean, for red velvet waffles and some fried chicken, I will travel anywhere.
Good. Yeah. You got to pick and choose. There's good places all over.
Absolutely. But I was like, I'll come here. I've been here before. It's really, really good. It's this restaurant called Soko. Soko BK.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're surviving after
I hope
COVID.
so too. We don't know.
We don't know.
We're gonna play it by ear. I don't know. You know, a lot of people are doing delivery, but I'm not keeping up with it. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, our seamless list has literally gone from like 15 restaurants to like maybe 5, and there are usually like 45 to 50 options. So
no,
it's nuts. It's nuts.
It's telling, very telling, I think.
Yeah. But we're cooking more, and we're hoping that they're all back by the time this is all over.
I'm really into supporting them when they come back. We recently went also to Thursday Kitchen. We go and find each other, like New Yorkers, throughout the city. And that was a good one too. I hope that comes back also.
Oh yeah, that was good. Those are Capri Sun.
I highly recommend this place, you guys.
So good. The food is amazing.
Yeah.
So good.
I know. I love going out to eat. Wait, so we went to brunch, and then I had made stuff?
Mm-hmm. So you're like, hey, I brought some things that I've been making, and I've been using different materials. So like, I want you to try it out and see what you think. So you brought this.
Yes. This is after, you know, what inspired all this was after 45 became president, we needed to have, I thought safety pins were going to be a whole, alcoholic Capri Sun, Sarah knows.
Yeah, Sarah knows. And
they have glow-in-the-dark ice cubes. It's just the whole experience there is super cute, and the food's delicious. That's what makes our cities worth living in a little bit.
Absolutely.
I was reading a whole bunch of stuff about that because it's telling. All this stuff is telling. But this was what I made for myself. But I made this special piece. I love it, and I love those. I had to specially drill the safety pins with like really strong drill bits, and then put the sterling silver jump ring, and that I'm glad it's perfect for you.
It sits perfectly. It's, you know, it's like you make this statement. It's up by the neck. It's not. It's when you want to wear something that's maybe a little bit closer to the neck. You're wearing like a blazer, and it's just like a nice little thing, or putting it under like a collared shirt, or a cool turtleneck, and it's just like this like really cool just like add on to it. So I do love it. This is probably the one that I wear. Probably this one and this one I probably wear pretty often, just because they're easy to, just throw on an outfit. Because you can't show all of the goods up front. You have to, bring them in a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
These are like good everyday items that I can just throw on and call it a day.
Yeah, and I love.
And they just add on to the outfit.
I need to make myself this one. The duo safety pin one is coming, you guys. Basically, once I get my drill bit stitch happening, I just ordered them like special. I use these amazing, humongous safety pins that are functional, but they are serious. So I use tungsten carbide and drill them all. You guys, I'm gonna make them. It's happening. I have such a response to this, and I have this amazing. So we were talking about the ball chain I use on this. You
do like a detailing. I have a lot of pieces with the ball chain because I'm obsessed with it.
The ball chain is one of my great loves. I am a materials person, and this is this amazing, humongous ball chain, right? But I had also done all these pieces. So let me just like pull them out because I made little style things for y'all because it's fun, and life is short. So I made these kind of like more 4mm, more. They're big. They're kind of big, but they're not as hefty.
They definitely make a statement.
Ball chain, it really does has different scale, right? Well, this is a whole other piece I just did.
What was the one that you had? Because we were talking about these pieces yesterday. What's the one that has like the tourmaline on the bottom and it's like crocheted? Is that part of that first one? It's like the smaller ball chain.
Yeah, we did it with the.
I remember you had that.
I know, because I don't remember now. Oh yeah, that was the.
Ooh, a Scottish kilt pin. That's a good call.
Yes, Scottish kilt pin is a good call. If I could find some good ones, right?
Yeah.
Ball chain and pearls. I also did ball chain and pearls. So I did a series, which Tiffany is doing right now, very similar.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Their hardware. Hi Tiffany, I know you're there. So I did this whole series because I I think of the ball chain as pearls. So Larry, you were
Right.
like, you get me completely. So I think of it as strands of pearls. So I had done multiple collections based on that idea. And then I started actually bringing it, I sold them all. I don't have anything to show anybody. But I would take half a ball chain this way and then flip over here on this side and just make simple chains. And this was pearls, but set with tubes in between.
Ooh.
And it would mimic the ball chain so perfectly that you could wear it either way. I would use gray pearls with steel, gunmetal with gunmetal, bronzy colored with the bronze. You know, I would match the color of the pearl perfectly so that it would, if I can find it, I will. But I did, this is kind of one of those, I did a more modern iteration, but
oh, that's so pretty.
I set tons. See all the freshwater pearls I set there?
Yeah.
But then
and there's like a kind of a mixture of different stones as well.
Oh yeah. So I use the ball chain almost like I feel like it's gonna be like a charm base for me to add these things, and these are all amethyst, briolettes, faceted, just rutilated quartz, pearls in every single color, coppers and gunmetals, just like flipping to little aquamarine sitting there, just tons of little colors. Yes. And then because of hardware, right? This I thought was the coolest.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I said
that's a heavy duty closure.
Oh yeah, but look how great the color works, right?
It's seamless.
Yeah, I love stuff like that, and I love all these. So I made, this is an attachment that you can wear both ways. This is this is the 8mm, 4mm, and 2mm ball chain. So I like crocheted the little mini on, and that was like a way to make a cool bracelet that could also be an attachment. So this is where it is short, more like a choker, right, in the front. Tons of jemmies. And then I did this so you could wear it more in the front, like
oh yeah, I love that.
And then I like wearing it with the extender, because then you can do asymmetrical and longer.
Yeah. And even if you like wore your hair up and had all of the gems in the back, it'd be a really cool like back detail to have all of those like beautiful gems and pearls all put together.
Oh, I love that. Thank you for making me think of new things.
I got you, girl. That's what we do.
More simple version, but then this is totally, I do it like this mostly, asymmetrical with all of those gems over here. And it's all sparkly in the sun, and then a little bit of this sideways. So this is my perfect length, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I love that length because it's just, it almost gives it a little bit more grandeur with the extension. I love it.
Needed something, or completely asymmetrical, soft.
I love that. I love it because it just has like the little detailing here, so it adds a little bit more mystery because it's going towards the back.
The stones, I mean, they're just luscious. I love bringing stones, and I love the juxtaposition of like these really industrial materials and having this soft, organic material, like stone that's more precious. I think it adds a
such a cool mixture.
Yeah.
So there's that one. There's also another one that you brought for. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Show me the other one while I show them this, because I just remembered I put pearls.
Oh yeah.
I set copper, and I did this for the Portia, for the Real Housewives.
I was gonna say Miss Portia Williams wore that.
Yes, I did this in gunmetal for Real Housewives, and then we did black powder coated with onyx for another Real Housewives. I think Candy.
For Candy. Yep.
And this is crochet chain, right? And I kind of wanted to make that. Remember those handkerchiefs in LA that were like super popular? Remember people wore those big? It was like
massive scarves, and it was like this certain way. That's exactly what it reminds me of, like this cool bib.
Yeah. It was like such an LA look, but tank top, but a full scarf because you're cold with your tank top on.
With Uggs. Yeah.
Welcome to LA. Welcome to LA. I know my LA people know what I'm talking about. But so that
shorts, Uggs.
Right? But respect. I know multiple white people are
that was a look.
Got to. They're chilly.
That was the look.
It's not like here. But this was like that was like why I did the little pearls, but I thought the pearls with the shape mimic the little parts of the shape of the chain, the little balls in the chain.
Definitely.
But then the little sparkles like tassels. Yeah.
But see, what I loved so funny enough, the first time I saw this, well, obviously I saw it in your studio and all of that, but when I saw it on TV, it didn't register with me like at first because I was like, that's so cool. I've seen that before. Oh my God, that's Megan's.
Isn't that funny?
And the way they wore it was like perfect. They had it like sort of like a low cut shirt, and it was just like, I think it was Portia. She had like a low cut shirt, and then it was just this nice. It just sat perfectly on it, so almost added onto it.
Yeah.
But because
it was on her skin, everybody.
Yes, it was on her skin.
On her skin, yes.
And it was perfect because it's crocheted, you could still see parts of her skin, so it still added that sort of sexiness to it.
You're right.
That's
a nice element. You're right. Okay, yeah. Wait, show them the other pieces I forgot about.
Yeah.
You showed me this piece. I forgot I made this.
This one?
Yeah.
So this is the other one that she brought me with her. So they're cousins.
Yeah.
But it was like a
cool, like fun. You know, you totally know how to rock my experience. Be like, okay, yes, no, I don't need that. I like this. So I'm like, cool. You know, but you know how to make it what's going to fit with you and your clothes too, you know?
Absolutely. And I love this piece because I actually got, last year I got a, this like rainbow coat, and I always pair them together. And I just love adding like a lot of color because I'm usually in all black. I'm like, I like live in a monastery. I feel like I live in a monastery. I'm just in all black all the time. So I love adding
you're good about bringing in other colors, and you've been bringing in, well, you're a coat person. Yeah.
That's where my color comes in. Because usually with my clothes, it's always like a black shirt, black pants. This is kind of like my uniform, or like I may add in some color here and there, but I love a good like pop necklace, like really cool colors. And I've started to like adopt more colors now that I've like sort of like evolved like in my closet. But I just love this piece because it's just so fun.
You are, and I feel you really are. I think you are. You know, you go in waves in your own style, right? And
absolutely.
And time I brought wine too. I made myself one. I forgot also.
I love it in the metal and like the
yeah.
Is it black and silver?
Black gunmetal, very subtle distinction there. Black powder gunmetal, and then more than neutral. Just simple pins, like simple ideas. But I love chain making, so I did all these jump rings just so they would orient correctly on the body. It wasn't just link, link, link.
Right.
And it's a kind of I love layers. It's like a nice. I like chains. I just like chains.
I love chains too.
Yeah.
I love like a bulky statement. I love that. Oh. I love like a nice chain or a cool like material or like a cool like piece that you wouldn't think about putting into a necklace, like safety pins, like these massive safety pins. Like I would never think of that as like a necklace. That's the cool part about it.
Yeah, it really has an oval look. It's not so representational. They're cool colors. They're like these. I've been collecting these like powder coated pins over the years, and safety pins, paper clips, and this was one of the pieces that came out of that. And it was just I got to the point where I actually linked everything.
Yeah, it's like and it's still usable. Like I can still So that's the cool part about it.
Everything with the jump ring, so it kind of is still linked together. So it's like
it all stays.
Yeah,
that's the beauty of it.
I'm glad that you get a lot of use out of this.
Absolutely. Because it's just such a good add-on to like an outfit. And it's like the perfect, like, it's like, I mean, it's obviously all the great colors that everyone loves. So it's like, you can wear this with every color you own.
We were talking about the pink and the orange. Like there's like some kind of like old 1970s, early 1980s office feeling a little bit.
This orange, like a mustard
brown. Bright childhood. It has like
downtown.
Yeah.
That's what I love about it.
This is childhood to me. Like when I would take things and make chains out of, because I wanted to have flower chains or whatever I found on the floor would make something into something else. And this is part of that.
Absolutely. I love it. It's so fun.
Oh, I love that. Oh yeah. So I was talking about how I want to do maybe, I don't know if I can find it right. Oh yeah, here it is. I was thinking about, I'm going to maybe teach this like Shrinky Dinks class.
Oh my God. Yes.
That, right?
Yes.
So if we were to do Shrinky Dinks, how would people make chains? What would they go on? What would hardware be like? So I figured out potentially that people can use fruit containers to do the shrinking. So everybody who's getting groceries and stuff, they can save those and use and heat those up and color on them, and those can become shrinky dinks. But then some other things, if they were to put them on stuff or make them into charms, how would we do that, right? So one of my ideas was paper clips and safety pins, which is kind of like, what's the really, I brought this, I made this all work together. This is working. Okay. but this is stuff around the house that really, you can design with in a way, right? And you can make your own links.
I love that piece. And the fact that it all sits flat on the body, but it's just like, it's like materials that you find in your house that you'd be like, I don't need 2,000 paper clips. Yes, you can make a bunch of necklaces with them.
Right? And I hinged it right here. This is like one of those things, you know, when you go, so I feel like Alexander Calder worked this way. He would carry stuff in his pocket and just kind of whip things up. This is one of those around the house. We're all around the house right now, right?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of thinking if I'm going to teach anything or do something more interactive, this could be, everyone could actually have this around the house, maybe.
Again, it's good to be creative and find things that you're like, I have a whole bunch of this in my house. I don't use them. Exactly, Sarah, like repurpose it. So figure out something.
And especially my mom was a first grade teacher for many years. Instead of buying the shrinky dinks, the whole package, actually using stuff that we're accumulating as trash, as more people are buying groceries, right? So odds are you have some plastic that we could use for shrinking inks. Isn't that funny?
That'd be perfect.
How weird is this? Is weird, but you gotta roll with the punches.
Exactly. But speaking of repurposing, I have this piece. I was repurposing all of these clasps.
Oh my god, I forgot. Yes, you have I did these spring rings, those little like clasps. I've just been making chains out of those. This is part of my sketching, but I feel like they turn into cool pieces. Okay,
Absolutely.
Again, who doesn't love a chain?
I love a good chain. But the coolest thing is that this kind of mirrors your piece that Portia ended up wearing. Because it's kind of like this sort of like bandana style, but it has like this sort of crochet effect, even though it's not crocheted.
Oh, okay, yes. Because I feel like I use textiles a lot in my design process.
Absolutely.
Oh my god! Thank you for saying that. I never saw that.
Yeah, I was like, as we're like going through your pieces, that's what I'm noticing.
Thank you. And it has, again, what you were, thank you for making that point also about how with crochet, you could still see the skin underneath it covered, but that had that little hidden, and that really plays with those little hidden points. I love in knitting drop stitches and creating intentional holes. You know how Rodarte has all that, I'm obsessed with
all the crochet dresses and like all of the sweaters.
Creepy gothic Lolita with drop stitches.
That was a good era. That was a good era.
I still think about the tights.
Yes.
Because how they made them and how beautifully they looked with everything else they did for that. I don't know how long ago that was. At least, was that 10 years ago? 8 years? Something?
I would say probably around that time. I think I was like in college when that collection came out.
Yeah, it was a while ago. But I was thinking about that because I really love textiles. And this I think about that design element a lot in this.
This is just so fun. I love it. I wore it.
You've been wearing this too.
I have. I wore it with my thank you, Larry, for 2011.
I knew it was right. I'm like 10, 9, 8. Okay.
Always coming with the archival information. I appreciate it.
Really, because I learned so much.
Yeah, I do too. I feel like I'm learning every day with him. So it's fantastic. But that's what I love about this. I actually wore this with like just like a black t-shirt, like a leather jacket, and like I got so many compliments on it because I feel like with this sort of piece, you need to sort of showcase it. And it needs to be an all black.
Okay, so you didn't like compete with anything else?
Nope,
Did you keep your ring game strong though?
Oh, of course. That's a whole different part of the body. So I definitely kept those on, just to add on to like the cool edginess. But that's what I love about it. It's just like this really fun sort of mixture. Okay. So it's really great.
I love making them. It's very tedious. But just like everything I do as a maker, I do really iterative processes, and textiles is a very labor intensive, but I think it has really nice effects.
Yeah.
Not replicable by machines. I use such delicate materials. So that makes it a little special. That's nice.
Absolutely. And then in that same collection, you also made this really cool one I'm obsessed with. It's sort of like this like stopper.
Yes, this is the gold ones, and I used the toggle clasp. I was definitely thinking rosary.
Yes, especially with the end, with that end piece. Yes. Yes. Like I love this.
But my religion is jewelry.
Okay, like
right. Correct. It's a toggle clasp. Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh,
so just like adding it in.
This way too. I like this.
But I love it because it's just like, this is definitely utilized in a lot of jewelry, like especially a lot of like wraparound. So it was like, I don't really see that in like jewelry that you can wear that's, I guess, considered like gender neutral. So the fact that like I was able to find something, or like that you created something that I could rock, and it still adds like this sort of coolness to it, and it gives that sort of like I
mean, everything you wear looks great, but I'm very biased.
Thank you, girl.
Good Friday. Yes, Sarah, right?
Yes, Good Friday, exactly. So this is perfect.
Good Catholic.
And it's like I grew up in like, my parents are Catholic, so I definitely grew up with like seeing, you know, details like this. So it was like really cool to like sort of like get that sort of.
I was very, I've been very always inspired by Depeche Mode. And they use these elements a lot in their music, and it's a little bit irreverent, but also homage. And I like those design motifs, you know.
I know. I've just started listening to them, and I'm like maybe in the past year, and I'm like obsessed. But it's like obviously a lot of their songs I know.
It's so embarrassing.
No, it's not at all.
I definitely got my sister. My sister and I saw them. I've seen them at least 7 times, but we went to Coachella when they were.
Oh, they performed at Coachella?
A million years ago, when Madonna was there. I saw Madonna.
Oh my God.
Rage Against the Machine. That was crazy. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Feel old,
that's so cool.
I will school you on DM. Yeah, like because also they're artists. They're artists. You know, Personal Jesus.
Personal Jesus. That's my favorite.
They're artists. They're total artists. But I like that you thought.
But then you also. So you also created this one sort of like in that same.
You set me up for next time, because the toggle clasp, I'm doing a whole humongous toggle clasp.
Yes.
Same thingy that we're going to talk about, because it's in process, but I have a couple samples that are going to be amazing. Ooh, okay. What was the other one you showed me just now?
Oh, yeah. So it's this piece. So it's in the same collection, but you kind of like brought in both of them together. So like the two necklaces I showed before, you put them together. So what I did actually was
two-tone, always, right?
Was where so I actually like the first time I wore this, and I just kind of sat it all like different ways, and like I would wrap here and there and just like figure it out.
It's a good layer. I love that. I really like how you think about wearing things to the side, like that, putting that toggle not so representational just down like a Y, but having it over here and kind of draping down is really nice.
Yeah, I mean, being that it's at this length, that I could probably, do some sort of like mix and match and coolness to it. So you can like definitely play around and have a good time.
I mean, we just did, because we only have like about 2 minutes before they cut us off.
Okay.
But we did that amazing, remember that big chain piece? Should we like, do you have that?
Of course I do. That was the last and final piece.
Okay, because this is your special custom piece that it's all inspired by you.
Yeah. So talking about pearls especially, I was really inspired by like really long strands of pearls. I was watching a lot of like Mugler shows, and everyone had like these like high, like all the way to the neck of just like a series of pearls.
Almost like a turtleneck, right? Felt like
Absolutely. So it was like so high up. So Megan found all of this amazing ball chain, and I was able to just like play around with it. We got it to like the proper length.
This is one of the pieces we draped on you and made on you for you.
Yep. And that was the cool part, because it's just like the fact that like we can so quickly be creative and just like play around, and like the fact that it's just like a series of like It's so cool.
You wear this well. This is like, I gotta tell you guys, the weight on this is one of the heaviest pieces I've ever done. It
nuts.
has weight.
Let me see if I can come closer.
It's great. But you did this.
But I was definitely inspired by those shows.
Oh, nailed it. Yeah. Sarah Riley, I agree. It's like this, it's 8mm. It is substantial.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I bought it in Rhode Island. I found it in a warehouse.
You said it was like dead stock, right?
Dead stock. Like businesses will go out, or they'll stop a collection, they'll send their samples to these amazing, like, big warehouses, and I will go and sift through them and find cool chain. And this is special chain from Rhode Island.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely Maharaja Butterfield.
Yeah.
That's so funny. My last name is Butterfield, for anybody that doesn't know. So that was another inspiration of mine. I saw a lot of images of like the Maharaja with like these beautiful pearls, like in their turbans and in their outfits. And that was another inspiration, definitely.
We didn't even get to talk about that. We chatted about that before because of all the adornment and the colors. We're gonna be.
We'll talk about that.
Okay, till next time. We have purses. We have more inspiration, more chats.
Yeah.
I love you, Michael. Thank you so much.
I love you too. I love you too. Thank you so much for inviting me to do this with you. This is so much fun.
Well, you always inspire me to make things that are out of the box. And what's another thing? We're gonna be collaborating on a piece, and so I'm gonna be making it for people a little bit on the fly, I think. So stay tuned.
I can't wait. I can't wait. This is gonna be so much fun. Thank you everyone for coming and seeing this fun IG live. And thank you for all the commentary. It makes it even better. So thank you so much.
We appreciate it, especially after we broke the internet last night. So
yeah, we broke the internet last night. We were competing against a lot of people.
We're good. Now we're happy hour, sweetie.
Happy hour. I know I need to do a refill.
Oh yeah. I have a carafe now. It's called a mason jar. But that seems good.
Come on, carafe.
Classy.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Love you guys.
Love you too. Bye, guys. Till next time.